Okay, today we'll be breaking down Aaron Rodgers and the Packers' performance against the Ravens last Sunday. Two division leaders going head-to-head. Although the premier matchup of Aaron Rodgers versus Lamar Jackson was missed due to Jackson's illness, we still received a great matchup and great game coming all the way down to the wire. Aaron was able to throw for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns en route to a victory and a division title. But the main takeaway here was him throwing to 8 other receivers in the game due to the Ravens constantly double-teaming Davante Adams throughout the game, forcing Rodgers to throw to his other receivers. Adams finished with only 44 receiving yards, while his average is 96 yards per game. It's not a bad strategy by the Ravens. They did not want Adams to be the one to beat them, but when you're facing Aaron Rodgers, you know that any receiver can be a lethal threat. On the first play of the second drive, the Ravens began to double-team Adams. Pre-snap, the Ravens are in a cover 1 man coverage with a single high safety and an extra nickelback coming down to double up Adams and provide any over-top support in his route. Rodgers can see that pre-snap, so right away he's thinking about his other routes in the play that will be good against man coverage, like Lazard's inside slant route. He takes a quick 3-step drop and throws it on the money to Lazard to pick up the first down. I discussed in last week's video with Jalen Hurts that quarterback drops and receiver routes are timed to a T. When the quarterback finishes his drop back, the receiver should be making their break to be open, which is exactly what happens here. Right when Rodgers finishes his drop is when Lazard is making his move and break inside for the catch. The ability for a quarterback to read pre-snap coverage and identify his best route is what can separate good quarterbacks from the great, and Aaron is one of the best when reading a defense. Later in that drive, we got a 3rd and 4 situation. The Packers come out in an empty set, which is when the running back goes out wide. Here it is A.J. Dillon, and he is lined up against 25 Tavon Young, which tells Rodgers that this is zone coverage. Most of the time when a running back goes out wide, if it is man coverage, then a linebacker will go out wide with him, so that defensive backs will be able to match up against the faster wide receivers. You also got another double team on Adams on the bottom, again trying to keep the ball away from him at any cost. With that, it's sort of a hybrid coverage with zone everywhere except a double team man coverage on Adams. But what Aaron likes the best is going to be Lazard at the top, who is running an out route with a go route clearing out his area. What the cherry on top is that linebacker Patrick Queen is the man in that zone, which Lazard can easily outpace, and Aaron makes a great throw out to where only Lazard can catch it and no defender can get his hands on it, and converts a 3rd down. Nice throw here from Rodgers. Here's a play that Packer fans will recognize. The play call here is an RPO with an option for a bubble screen to Davante Adams, something that is a common occurrence in the Packer offense. They run the RPO at a 21% usage rate, which is 4th in the league. With Tyler Davis out in motion and no one following him, Aaron can predict that this is going to be zone coverage, and this time there is no double team on Davante, which makes it an opportune decision to pull the ball and whip it to him. The Packers are so good at the bubble screen because the receivers are always willing to buy into blocking, but when you also get to throw to Davante Adams, his movement to juke out defenders and find the lane to get by defenders for a first down is something that cannot go unnoticed. The next play, what do the Ravens do? They go right back to doubling Davante. When defenses get this stack formation by receivers in man coverage, they will often designate their assignments to inside over top and outside leverage, and will guard the receiver who goes into their lane. Here, Marquez Valdes-Scantling will be running what's called a spray 9. It's from a tight split formation, and he runs a 9 or go route to the outside. Davante Adams is running an out route to hopefully put the deep defender in conflict. Initially, 23 drops back to help with over-top coverage, but when Adams breaks outside, he comes down to help with double teaming, which leaves MVS free, and this is why Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks. The ease he makes on his throw to fit it over the underneath defender and not too far above MVS to where it would go out of bounds is why he is elite. It just looks like another throw from Aaron here. The Packers were able to get down to the goal line on this drive and run it in for a touchdown to tie it at 7 apiece. Alright, next drive. Second play, we got Aaron Rodgers under center now, with Lazard motioning in to look like a run play. You can see the Ravens defenders all communicating with each other. It's one of their spotlights as a team. The Ravens defense always seems to be in sync and communicating, all the way back to the Ray Lewis and Ed Reed days. It's a whole culture the Ravens defense has, gritty and willing to put the hurt on you. Here they are probably communicating because they are having a double corner blitz on this play and trying to sync up the defense. Rodgers performs a great play action handoff which makes the linebackers bite, and he's able to stay firm in the pocket with the incoming pressure and complete the throw to Tyler Davis. You've got 4 defenders all in range of blowing up Davis on this catch, but Rodgers makes a great throw right on Davis to make sure he doesn't get impacted by any hits over the middle. Later in the drive, down by that goal line, 3rd down, what's your best 3rd and goal option, Matt LaFleur? I would say Davante Adams, and the Ravens would guess that too. They got a double team on Adams once again, but here, the Packers motion A.J. Dillon out from his wide position, and with it, linebacker Patrick Queen followed. Look at Davante Adams when Queen motions out. He's looking right back at Rodgers, and Rodgers is glancing right back at him. Adams is saying, ho ho baby, do you see this? I'm going to be open right here. And Aaron sees it too. This out route that Adams is running is going to leave him open because now there's no other defender on the outside to help. And no disrespect to this cornerback, but Adams is one of the best route runners in the game. If he wants to get open by the goal line, he most certainly can. And we have seen it all his career. Once the ball is snapped, Adams makes a great move to fool the outside technique corner, and Rodgers makes another great throw to where only Adams is going to be catching this one.
There we go. Come on, man.
This play here is just ridiculous. Look at this throw. My goodness. 49 cannot play this any better. He is draped over MVS, but since his back was turned, Aaron throws it right into the hands of his receiver, and he makes the perfect throw. You cannot defend the perfect pass, as Dan Marino says. Second half, first drive, and we got a 3rd down and 6. The game is tied at 14 at this point, so the Ravens are still holding strong even without Lamar Jackson. And they are still holding strong in double-teaming Davante Adams. As he motions, both defenders motion with him. Their strategy to not let him beat them deep has been working so far, although here it looks like the double team dissipates as the play begins. The Ravens come out in another hybrid defense, but the base of it is a cover 4 quarters coverage, where the shell defensive backs all drop for deeper coverage, with 3 defenders holding underneath, but still manning up Adams. The route design here is a quick out by Adams with a go route from Lazard. What's key to this play is the route integrity that Lazard must have. He knows the play is not meant for him, but he is still crucial to this play, to try and sell his go route and pull his deep defender away so he doesn't come up and stop Adams short of the first down. Like I said previously, when you get a broader scope of a football play, everything is timed, which is crazy to think about.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Right as Adams is making his cut and Rodgers is preparing to throw is when Lazard times his stunt and sprints for his go route, which then makes his defender turn and run with him, allowing Adams the space after he makes the catch to run for a first down. Later in that drive, the Ravens came out in a cover 2 zone and no double team on Adams. They run a version of the play action Yankee concept with a go route and the crosser in the middle, which works extremely well versus cover 2 zone since the areas to hit are the hole shots or the middle of the field. As soon as the Ravens stop doubling Adams, Rodgers is sure going to make him pay, fitting it right in between and making a smart throw to lead his receiver so he doesn't have to slow down in his route and leave potential for a big collision in the middle of the field, which is a linebacker's dream. When I was watching the game live, this was a play I had to see in the All-22 to understand how Aaron Jones got so wide open on this play. And when watching it, it comes down to play design. The Ravens are coming out in a cover 1 man coverage near the goal line, and the Packers are running this crossing concept, where the trio formation on the left will all be running crossing patterns to the right, with Aaron Jones coming from the backfield for a wheel route, and what hopes to have the deep safety pull to the 3 receivers, leaving Jones open for an over-the-shoulder throw. You can see as the play begins, all the rub routes occurring at the bottom, which creates separation for Jones, and unfortunately his defender falls down, leaving him wide open. What I like here is also Aaron's pocket and eye movement on this play. He's able to feel the pressure and, more importantly, keep his eyes up and watching how each route is developing to see if there is any opportunity to make a throw. When a quarterback moves in the pocket and drop their eyes, it can lead to a missed moment's notice of a receiver being open in their route. Great play here by Aaron Rodgers. Next drive, we got a 3rd and 9, and the Ravens are once again double-teaming Davante Adams on the bottom. Their defense is a cover 2 man, and with this double team, that is going to leave the middle of the field wide open. The Packers are running 2 breaking routes on this play, so let's see how it plays out. You have Rodgers scanning, and on the second break-in route, you have MVS open to make the catch and the huge gain. Going back here, on the first break-in route, the defender plays it well by playing underneath and preventing any incoming ball over the middle. However, here at the top, MVS runs a great route by driving himself into his defender to establish that inside leverage and appear to be running a seam route, only for him to cut inside and be open. You can see the safety preparing to head over to help with the seam route, which leaves him out of position to come down and help with the break-in route. From the end zone, you can see Rodgers scanning his routes, identifying man coverage, looking in towards Lazard, seeing him covered, then finding MVS, and what a sweet throw he makes in stride to his receiver. 3 plays later, at the 10-yard line, the Ravens once again will play man coverage here, which is identifiable by each defender lined up directly in front of his receiver and staring him down, watching him for the play to begin, and not the quarterback. The Packers are going to be running the drag and line concept, which is a drag route by the 1 receiver and a slant route by the 2 receiver. And look at this throw by Rodgers, leading his man so he can continue in his stride and reach for the end zone. I keep referring to his ball placement because it is crucial when it comes to the overall play. A quarterback can make a throw and complete it to an open receiver, but does he lead his man when he needs to? Or throw it slightly behind him so he doesn't get blown up by a defender? Aaron Rodgers is always making the smart throw. So here he leads MVS so he can continue his route and power his way into the end zone for another touchdown. This game was a spectacle to watch from both teams. They both played well, especially the Ravens with the number of injuries they currently have and have had all season long. The game came down to a 2-point conversion called by John Harbaugh, which ended up costing them the game, but it was a gripping game to watch from beginning to end, and Aaron Rodgers was able to lead the Packers to yet another Division North title. I appreciate everyone who watched this video all the way to the end. This one was a painful one to make as a Bears fan, but as a lifelong Bears fan, you know how good Aaron Rodgers is, even if you hate to admit it. I took a spin on my normal videos where breaking down a single game, which left it open to more plays being broken down. Let me know how you felt about it down in the comments, and subscribe for more videos.